You could say it's the moment you've been waiting for, but if you are a loyal fan of La Liga or World Soccer, you have had plenty to chomp on, but you can never quite get your fill. Another Clásico, it's Real Madrid and Barcelona resuming their rivalry, and Real Madrid, their one glory in recent years against Barcelona, the Copa del Rey final. Well, here in the quarters, it's at stake against the defending league champions. Phil Shane alongside Ray Hudson and so many people, even Iker Casillas, were saying there's a danger that the Clásico might be being played too much. Is that even possible?
Not at all. The whole world will be transfixed yet again, and there'll be, in the immortal words of Herman and his Hermits, a kind of hush all over the world watching the great Real Madrid hammer blow against the impervious-looking Barcelona.
Mejor, prueba los sándwiches de pavo Subway Turkey BLT o Fresh Fit Turkey Melt, con apenas 7 gramos de grasa cada uno. Subway, come sabroso y fresco.
Modelo es una cerveza tan especial como Mario. Veamos. Muy bien, Mario. Así se hace. Modelo especial. Descubre lo especial.
Todo empieza con una computadora con Windows 7.
Disfruta tus videos en alta definición y bájalos más rápido en el Samsung Galaxy S2 Skyrocket, hecho para la red 4G LTE de AT&T, con velocidades hasta 10 veces más rápidas que 3G. AT&T.
Papi, ¿de dónde vienen los bebés?
¿Los bebés? Mira, ya estamos llegando.
¿De dónde vienen? ¿Saben lo que me dijeron?
No.
El nuevo Passat de Volkswagen, con tantas características premium
Mami.
que te hacen la vida un poco más fácil.
¿Que no saben?
Elegido auto del año 2012 por la revista Motor Trend.
The 2012 Futsal Euro Cup makes its debut on Goal TV. Live from Croatian territory. From January 31st to February 11th, follow 12 European national teams as they go after the championship title currently held by the Spanish national team. Don't miss all the action of a tournament characterized by the ability and skills of the participants. Catch the 2012 Futsal Euro Cup only on Goal TV and Goal TV HD.
You are watching Copa del Rey.
Real Madrid fans filling this legendary stadium, the Santiago Bernabéu. By the way, a little history from the man himself. 8 goals for Bernabéu in the Copa del Rey. And when you take a look at what he has done on the field, only fitting that this stadium stands in testament. Barcelona with a pretty good goal scorer of their own in Lionel Messi. No surprise to see him out there. The lineup you might expect, and if you follow Barcelona, you're not surprised that Jose Manuel Pinto is in goal either, the cup keeper at 36 years of age. But Ray, on the Real Madrid side, there are quite a few surprises, and we'll get to the particulars in this quarterfinal showdown. But with a few injuries to Di Maria, Pepe, and Khedira, Pepe's going to gut it out, but Di Maria will be out of this contest, and Hamid Altintop will go to the right. The question is, in defense or in attack?
Well, as importantly for my money, at least, Phil, the inclusion of Pepe in the midfield for Real Madrid will really please the Madridistas. Remember how imperious he was in the last time that Real Madrid turned the tables on Barcelona, it was Pepe that shut down Messi. Well, Jose Mourinho going back to that well and including Pepe in a trio of midfielders along with Diarra and Alonso. They are locking and loading in the midfield, and they will have the three Tigers in attack with Higuain and Benzema alongside Cristiano, who's got to up his game here tonight. A lot of critics saying that he's been a little gun shy against Barcelona, and until he puts the eternal enemy 6 foot under, there'll always be a little question mark against him. He hasn't been scoring too well against Barcelona either. On the other side, of course, Messi has been nothing less than spectacular against Jose Mourinho's team. Mourinho warned you'll see a different Real Madrid come out this time, and by the looks of this lineup, Phil, he's going with a very, very combative, I would say, Real Madrid, but they'll still have enormous firepower up top.
You saw Cristiano Ronaldo pumping himself up with the music in the tunnel. Well, there are a lot of questions swirling around one of the greatest players in the game. Just 2 goals in 13 matches. That, the last, the Copa del Rey final game winner. He has been scoring this year in league, 21 goals to Lionel Messi's 19, but just 1 goal over the last 4 matches. So Ronaldo will need to step it up, and they got off to such a good start a few weeks back in the La Liga tilt at the Bernabéu. It appeared as though they had gotten rid of the ghosts. 23 seconds in, the man on the left, Karim Benzema, scoring the fastest goal in Clásico history. But then cometh the hour, cometh the champions, and Barcelona probably could have put 10 on the board in the final half hour. They had beaten Real Madrid so badly.
Certainly, they will have learned a lot again. Perhaps nasty lessons and getting vinegar poured down Mourinho's throat the last time that they met, where Barcelona were so victorious and Mourinho was left scratching his head. His team took the lead so early in that game. Remember, 30-odd seconds in, less than that, and yet still Barcelona roared back in their own inimitable way. They were magnificent, Barcelona, and this time nothing else has worked for Mourinho, a precious little, so why not shake the deck? Well, he's going to here today.
It worked with Pepe in the midfield in the Copa del Rey final, but that was also somewhat makeshift because Sami Khedira was injured. Khedira also injured here today. They've had to make that switch, but will it be enough against Xavi and company? Xavi just celebrating his 400th game and about to celebrate his 32nd birthday in the return leg 1 week from today at the Camp Nou. It's the 300th match for Lionel Messi, and the 24-year-old drawing ever closer to what appeared to be not insurmountable, but at least a long way off, all-time leading score for the Blaugrana. Scored 53 goals last year. He's on pace to do even better this season and starts this match just 22 goals behind Cesar Rodriguez at the pinnacle.
Well, it's not all just about Lionel Messi, of course, when you talk about the Blaugrana. The wonderful Xavi and Iniesta, their wonderful invention. Fàbregas is fitting in nicely, sometimes a little awkwardly, but still been wonderfully productive. But Alexis Sanchez is the man for me that's really going to be having to be kept on a very, very short leash by Sergio Ramos and the boys at the back, because this Alexis man, he is really direct in a way that few Barcelona players are, and they'll be looking for Alexis to leave his sparkles all over the field. They've got so many talented footballers, but Real Madrid will be looking to compose them and stick them, caught up the noses all game long, especially in the midfield. This is the key area. They beat Barcelona, man. You've got to crowd that midfield. You've got to knock them off. These teams that have in the past really disrupted Barcelona's rhythm, Espanyol and Real Betis, crowded the midfield. They played dangerously high up with a very, very high back line, and they were able to really frustrate Barcelona in the middle. and then launch these attacks with plenty of numbers up top. It looks as if Jose Mourinho has taken really a lot of leaps out of those books of Espanyol and Real Betis in this, looking at this lineup, Phil.
Real Betis perhaps even more, and when you toss in the counter-attacking lethality, if that's even a word, of Real Madrid, this is a team that can get box to box quicker than almost anyone on the planet. A big surprise in the back in my mind is Ricardo Carvalho, not in talent, not in experience, not in smarts, but the fact he has not played for Real Madrid since September after getting injured. Here's a look with Kaká on the bench, Uzo Granero. A big surprise, perhaps Marcelo, but it appears as though Mourinho believes Marcelo just a bit too easy in some big games to be victimized more than Fabio Coentrão. Coentrão victimized a bit in the last meeting, but that was when he was playing out of position at right back and still did well, but for one play, and that was enough to turn the tide.
Well, it's just say, Phil, one of the things that Mourinho is setting out to do, it's to lock down Barcelona in this vital home first leg. You don't want to concede, and I think that's the way Mourinho is sending his team out at the start of this game. And I'm sure this won't be the team that we'll see at the end of the game wearing the white shirts.
Thiago on the bench with Mascherano. A little surprised he's not out there, but they go with the traditional lineup. Adriano and the youngsters, Dos Santos, Sergi Roberto, and Isaac Cuenca. And here's how they will line up. Alves and Abidal celebrating his new contract, could keep him in the Blaugrana till 2015. Xavi, Busquets, Iniesta, Alexis, Messi surrounding Fàbregas in that false nine has been brought back. We are just about ready to get underway at the Bernabéu. It's Real Madrid and Barcelona. The man with the whistle is Cesar Muñoz Fernandez. The slick back one. Pleasantries, at least as pleasant as it could be at the start. There is respect.
They're going to be huge in this game, as they always are, but the tacticians down there here today, there'll be more tactics being displayed here than in those wonderful chess games of Bobby Fischer and Kasparov. They will be moving their pieces around all game long and adjusting like for like, but it'll always go back to Barcelona playing their own in another way, and Real Madrid looking to launch these blistering counter-attacks and attack that back line as soon as they get the ball.
Hopefully you're enjoying this in glorious HD. If not, I want to give a call to your provider. Days like this, the reason HD exists. Phil Shane along with Ray Hudson underway. The red and blue, the Blaugrana of Barcelona attacking from left to right. And here's Dani Alves. Keeps it alive, back to Xavi. Something we saw in the last match. Xavi being yelled at by Pep Guardiola.
Well, absolutely, and Guardiola had a right not just to get the cat of nine tails out on Xavi, but all of his players who were very, very lethargic, and they weren't picking out their passes anywhere close to what the Barcelona faithful have seen them. They have been decidedly off colour, and it's not just been down to one player. All of them right across the board have been down a gear or even two, and we saw that volcanic eruption from Pep Guardiola in the last game that said, this isn't us, this isn't the way we are used to be playing.
Well, the particular play was Xavi under pressure, turning around and passing the ball back. Guardiola wanted him to spin through and pass it forward into the attack. Gives you an idea of what Iker Casillas is going to be facing here today.
There's that directness that I was alluding to in the pre-game, Phil, looking for Alexis as a bit of a wild card here, and won't just play the intricate embroidery football that can release that wonderful dagger man from Chile.
Las Diata playing on the left side of midfield. A bit of a surprise there. Tackled away from Xabi Alonso hard.
Alonso had to stab that one back to Iker, and he was sure that he was going to get dispossessed there right at the top of the box.
Alexis Sanchez leaping in front of Iker Casillas as he was getting rid of the ball, and a bit fortunate he does not get a yellow. Into the center for Busquets, Guardiola's favorite. Back to Carlos Puyol. And it's been a while since we've seen a healthy Puyol when these two teams get together.
It's been a lot longer since the Barcelona fans have seen defeat when Captain Tarzan's been out there, though. I think it's like 50-odd games every time he's played. They have not suffered defeat where Carles is involved. Wonderful insurance policy. What a confidence booster that must be.
In fact, 50 on the dot. 9 against Real Madrid without defeat, second only to Victor Valdés on the team. Here's Xavi, head up, looking forward. The world seems to slow on its axis just a touch when the ball's at Xavi's feet. Over to Carlos Puyol as it picks up steam again.
Well, we've seen Mourinho really not be very hesitant at all with his men this year, Phil. He'll drop them through the hatch, no matter if your name's Kaká or whoever. We've seen it in this lineup. He will change it if it's not working out. Look out!
Pepe tries to lunge through and does throw off Messi enough. Here's Altintop, the former Bayern man, the first Turk to play in the Clásico. Normally an attacking player, and he's not happy. He thought Benzema would check back.
Wanted him to check back because he knew he had nowhere to go the other way. Wanted to retain possession, but Benzema wanting that ball threaded through.
A bit more direct from Real Madrid, and it's Ronaldo coming back. Throw in Barcelona, box high.
Wonderful sliding tackle, clean as a whistle.
Again pushed off. Alves by Contrao. The Portuguese winger knocks it forward, and it's knocked right back. It'll be a Real Madrid throw. 248th meeting all time, including friendlies, the 217th official match. And when you come to La Liga, if Barcelona gets the victory here today, it would be the 7th straight time without defeat, which would be a record. And it would also even the overall record, which currently stands Real 46, Barcelona or 86, Barcelona 85 with 45 draws. About as even as you can get. Pinto to Piqué with a little chorus of whistles from the stands.
Barcelona lose a little something in terms of goalkeeping at the feet of Pinto. He isn't, well, I'm not so sure if he's an Iker Casillas even with his feet, but he's certainly no Victor Valdés, but he's a tremendous goalkeeper, and he's been wonderful in the King's Cup. Every time he's played, and Guardiola keeping faith with his goalkeeper, he has been really spectacular on the line. It's just that they do lose something out of the possession game coming from the back when Victor's possession isn't quite there. It's a wonderful feat, a lovely pass of the ball, Victor Valdés, but Pinto will not let this team down here.
Las, the Bulldog, nipping at the heels. Messi, the Alves with Sanchez. Iniesta, the magician. The rabbit comes out of the other pocket into the middle for Fàbregas, who shies away. Real wanted a flag to come up. It doesn't look like it did. Mourinho, just one win in 8 tries against Barcelona since joining Real Madrid. Higuaín.
Pepe out there, as I said in the preview, Phil, to make sure that nobody gets comfortable on the ball in the Blaugrana jerseys, and he will try to join in going forward, but he's back there to really frustrate and hound the midfield of Iniesta, Busquets and Xavi.
Ronaldo's pressure wins it up for Higuaín, who is just a hair offside. And there's an example of what you were talking about. It wasn't a bad pass from Pinto, but not all the confidence, and Piqué saw the time disappear.
Yeah, wonderful win by Ronaldo, slips him through, and Higuaín just getting caught in the offside. A good lift up from Carlos Puyol and the man at the back for Barca.
Pressure in the midfield and a little pull down from Alonso. And it looks like Muniz Fernandez wants to have a chat.
There's that wonderful step up by Carlos Puyol, beautifully choreographed. Alonso swiping, hacking away at Busquets.
Well, remember, in the comeback, Barcelona against Real Madrid, it was Alonso who was victimized. No sacred cows on either team. Both teams know they have to be ready. Long for Sanchez, intercepted by Ramos.
It'll probably be Diarra and Pepe playing closer to the back line of Real Madrid and allowing Alonso to be a little bit more of a playmaker going forward. But as you can see, Lass joining in nicely as well alongside the red beard.
The Frenchman forcing Piqué into a surrender, a throw-in that Ronaldo takes quickly.
Got to take their chances against Barcelona. That is absolutely imperative. As few as they get, they've got to capitalise and get this crowd really behind them.
Pepe out wide, making the run forward. Long cross over Alves' head. Ronaldo tracks it down on the near side, one-on-one.
He'll take him on.
Tries to sweep to his stronger right foot.
Good
Xavi steps in.
by Xavi as well, alongside behind the Brazilian.
One thing Barcelona did very well a month ago, keep Ronaldo on his left foot. It's still dangerous. It's just not quite as lethal. Ramos to Lass. Diarra, excess baggage at the start of the season, now integral to Real Madrid. Ramos, a one-time right back in his new home. And somewhat interestingly, staying on the left, Carvalho goes to the right. Here's Puyol, who can pretty much play anywhere along the back line and then some. Abidal.
As I said, trying to keep it tight. They'll always be looking to go out and score in front of their home crowd and press the matter here. But as this game goes on, lots of options for Mourinho with that star-studded bench of his. And that's all going to be part of the plan here. And there's again, this directness is a wonderful variation for Barca nowadays with that jackrabbit. They go away from the regular build-up of tiki-taka and they release the hound in big Alexis Sanchez.
But it's a little interesting as we see the pullback from Coentrao.
It's one way of handling a greyhound.
Guardiola wanted to see a bit more movement, a little quicker passing, intricate passing. Whenever Barcelona goes away from that, they seem to get victimized, but they're doing it themselves out of the gate.
Seem to do it against the good teams easily, Phil. It's against the lesser teams that they seem to have a strange problem. They seem to have been relaxing, especially these last couple of games, Espanyol and Real Betis. It was patently obvious that they were hitting the snooze button too many times in possession, being wasteful. It looks like they've sharpened their ginsus here tonight. But Real Madrid really defending nicely.
Normally you'd say Barcelona would be weak on the road, 3-4-1.
Beautiful touch back for Abidal from Iniesta, but that's too heavy.
Carvalho clears it away. Barcelona had not even given up a home goal this season until the last match when they went down and then were forced to come back. However, on the road was where they might have had their most impressive win of the season, coming back against Benzema and Reial to win 3-1. Without a goal from Messi, by the way. Benzema slots it through, and here's Ronaldo with a head of steam.
The Whites want this.
Cutting it back.
Look out.
Piqué plays it off. Shot through the legs of Piqué. Bullseye.
Simply magnificent from Cristiano. And beautifully set up by the coach. Spring him over the top. And here you'll see Barcelona's defenders making the cross on their chests as they back away from him. But it's his wonderful slingshot that should have been handled by Pinto. They're looking down, they cannot believe this one. Does it go through Pinto's legs? Wonderful set away from Benzema. Cristiano's got options on the inside. They says, I see you, buddy, I don't need you, but that's got to be down to Pinto. The flying ponytail here lets his hair down badly. A wonderful spank on the run. He knows the goalpost ain't moving, man. Again, lovely set away. He's got space, and with that sort of energy and vision, he probably wishes this field was twice as long. He'd still get the same result. Dodgy goalkeeping.
You saw Piqué trying to force Ronaldo wide, trying to keep him on his left. Well, Ronaldo responded, and it's 1-0 Real. How does Barcelona respond? They're
you
having
could
a hard
criticise
time.
Pinto if it had been to the left or the right. You could still criticise him. For it to go in between his legs, that is unforgivable.
22nd goal for Cristiano Ronaldo. And the only shot of the match. Real Madrid ball.
And we see it again, the distance that Cristiano took his shot on. And that alone, it was a powerful hit, but it certainly wasn't searingly blazing, was it? It's got to be down to Pinto, I'm sorry.
Abidal in for Fàbregas.
Good touch.
Ronaldo gets there first, and he's off again, expecting the run inside from Higuaín that wasn't coming. Round of 32 is when these two teams joined the Copa del Rey. Both got off to somewhat slow starts. Barcelona with a slim win on the road at Tiny Hospitalet.
A fabulous start for Real Madrid. The way the bosses drew this up, defending staunchly and shutting off the intricacy of Barcelona, and also the ball that's played over the top. They've been dealing with that nicely, and for Barca's part, they were defending very well.
Iniesta to the near post, and down goes Casillas. They're going at the rookie defender, you might say, an Altintop, and they got a shot.
Well, this is the benefit of having a world-class keeper in front of you. That's tremendous save by Iker. He's seen it many, many times, the world champion.
Guardiola up off the bench again, trying to make an adjustment. First corner of the game. It will be for the Catalan Giants towards the penalty spot, cleared away by Pepe, sent right back in, and Carvalho will clear. Real Madrid also had a bit of difficulty in their first match at Ponferradina, but both of them responded well in the second leg. 9-0 for Barca, 5-1 for Madrid. Round of 16, Barcelona pounding Osasuna, and Madrid took care of Malaga. The winner of this will take on the victor of Valencia and Levante in the semis. Espanyol Mirandes, Athletic Mallorca in the other bracket.
Well won.
Quarter hour nearly complete. Here's Benzema out
With a
wide.
good step in by Altintop leads to this. Such a good ball.
Ronaldo calls it.
Oh.
He might have, if they weren't leading, had a go. Drops it back now.
He let that run, thought he was going to control it. Maybe should have. Wonderful ball over the top to him by Altintop, who won the ball very deep.
Again, Contrao tries to split.
Nothing there.
Hoping for a call. Muniz Fernandez says no. 1-0 Madrid. Ronaldo in the 12th minute. And if anything, it seems to have calmed Barcelona down. Perhaps like a slap to the face.
Well, in more words of Johan Cruyff, the last time these two teams played was the worst thing Real Madrid could have done, was score that early against Barcelona. But I'm not so sure that it's going to be that way here tonight. This is a different set of circumstances, and you can see it's a real cat and mouse affair.
Fàbregas bundled down. Advantage played from Muniz Fernandez. Back to the former Arsenal man, lifting it for Alexis, the header up, off the crossbar, and Casillas grabs the rosary beads and thanks his lucky stars.
Magnificent ball by Fàbregas on the run. It's a beautifully chipped in ball that finds that man again. I was warning you about the directness of Barcelona, nearly undoes the Royal Whites. The big white skinny man comes to the help of Iker Casillas that time. What a great ball from Fàbregas for Alexis Sanchez. When we see it again, people, it's brilliant inventiveness from the ex-Arsenal man.
Benzema passing it off to Ronaldo, gets it back. One back in the midfield by Pepe, and he leaves another body in his wake. It's Sergi Busquets. It's a yellow.
Well, it's Alexis Sanchez, I think, that goes in with Pepe, Phil, if I'm not mistaken. Here he reaches in and comes across, and then there's another player goes down right here, Sergi, but there's that beautiful pass right in between the two Real Madrid players, Contrao and Sergio Ramos. It's a magnificent lead ball, and Alexis does everything right. He gets his hair gel perfectly weighted off of the ball, and it's a baby's breath and a mother's touch away, and he thanks his lucky stars that his groundsman put an extra lick of white paint on that post, I think. Good ball again, he's in.
Beating the trap, Ramos playing official. Launched to the middle and a diving header. Knocked clear.
He's onside because the pass is beautifully ahead. Alexis leaves his defenders in his wake, as he will always do. Pepe getting a little bit naughty with the cleats there.
Second corner for Barcelona. 12-5-1 on the season. 15-1-2 for Real Madrid. Long ball, back post. Cleared by the Brazilian-turned Portuguese defender. Iniesta sends to the middle. Puyol stays forward, stays on. Across the middle.
Look at how
poor
deep
clearance.
And Real Madrid are playing with such numbers.
Back for Busquets, tries to dance around Carvalho but forgot the ball. And now it's Higuaín. Iniesta looking for help. The Argentine threads it through, but the run was not coming.
Carl Lewis looking in, seeing he's having a laugh. No chance of Benzema getting that.
Xavi to Busquets. Up for Messi, who has not touched the ball much. One right back. Fàbregas, now Puyol, now Fàbregas, but there just seems to be a white shirt around every corner.
Like pigeons at Trafalgar Square, the players in this midfield, Phil. It is so congested, and that's just the way Mourinho wants it. And Barcelona are going to have to really up the ante a bit and play a little bit more slicker and quicker to get through this white mesh of a midfield led by that Titan.
To the 20th minute we go. Launched forward, but no one making a run. And Ray, some have said that we're almost seeing this too much. Mentioned Casillas saying that the rivalry had become decaffeinated or watered down. Well, you might want to grab your calendars because there's a very good chance they meet in the Champions League as well. Benzema goes down and it looks like it's going to be a card, but what color? Yellow is out. And Piqué said, what did I do? Well, again, if they do meet in the Champions League, they have an April matchup in the league. Could be 12 meetings
very little
in a year.
He's leading with his arm, and that's as much as I can see. Let's see if the arm's brought back. He catches him, but it's Pepe that's running into the arm of Piqué. However, they're both really leading with their arms, people. It's not just one. It's a case of both of them, but Piqué was a little unfortunate with that booking, in all honesty, because Pepe comes in barreling hard to win the header, and his bravery draws the card as much as anything. There's that wonderful flighted in ball. It's beyond the defenders. There's nothing they can do. It's a perfect pass. Brilliant by Fàbregas. Oh, so close.
And give credit to Sanchez. For so many years, they've been trying to find that difference maker, plan B. Ball deflects inside. Xavi will clear. Sanchez has the ability to be the plan B and still fit in well to plan A. Here's Alves to the middle.
A lot to do here.
Tries to knock it in, but too late. Cleared Xavi under pressure quickly from Higuaín. Down goes Alonso, and here comes Reial, swept forward by Las. Off his line, Pinto at the corner. Decides to play it safe.
They've obviously done their homework, haven't they? And finally learned to clip this ball into the cow's field behind Barcelona and take their chances that way. It resulted in the go-ahead goal, and they went back to that well a few times here. It hasn't been hit and hope. They're drawing Barcelona in and pulling the high back line even further up. And then let's see if they can find that jackrabbit or Higuaín on the other side. And you can't really forget about Benzema, but it's the Benz man that's been dropping back a little bit further, along with Cristiano, just behind Higuaín.
Another play inside from Iniesta. Back to Xavi, over to Cesc. And Busquets under pressure. Even Barcelona can be rattled.
I don't think he was under pressure, though. That's the bad part of that giveaway. The ball comes into him, and he is under no duress at all, but sends it badly out. And that is the sign of this little bit of an ailment that the whole Barcelona team have been having. Last time I referred to it, Barca fans, but you know yourselves, haven't been knitting it together with their embroidered touch, the way they usually have. Got a lot to answer to here now.
Xavi to Iniesta.
Not beyond them, as we all know.
Abidal back to Xavi. Wide for Iniesta. Patience. Got to get the rhythm. The metronome is Xavi. And Messi has to come all the way back to the stripe to even get a touch. Messi wearing the same boots he has for a year. He had some new boots for his third consecutive World Player of the Year award, but they're white and gold. For some reason, he decided today wouldn't be the right time to break them out.
Fabulous step in by Sergio Ramos there. This crowd getting into it as well, playing their part. Is seeing the bravery of Real Madrid, something that's been a little bit lacking in the last few Clásicos. In fact, the majority of them, if we're all honest, other than that Copa del Rey, well, that Copa del Rey final has been acting as their real guidance point here tonight, because they're playing strong at the back. They're very combative in midfield, exactly what Mourinho wanted, and they're showing great desire and application everywhere. Can they hold it up?
Here they come again. It looks like onside Benzema, but Puyol in the way again.
Benzema needed to release it a split second earlier because Higuain was ready and snarling in his trap.
Madrid getting a bit stretched. Lost stretches but can't get to Messi. Here's Xavi. Play on, says the referee.
Yep. Could have been called against Lionel, but possession given.
Busquets with space, touched off for Fàbregas, and a nice play by Sanchez, cleared for a corner.
Beautiful first-time touch by Fàbregas into Alexis Sanchez, and that was a boot length away from finding the return to Fàbregas.
Initially, it looked like there might have been some contact. That replay shows no. Crossed in from the corner over the two big men. Abidal wins it back. Alves from distance. One off the touch by Ronaldo. And he tries to stoke the engine. Squares and off the heels of Abidal.
It's a fabulous attempt from Cristiano Ronaldo. This isn't a bad ball. It's a wonderful attempt. He's running at warp speed and he tries to find his teammate on the run, and he is again a cleat away from finding the target. He perhaps could have clipped the ball in a little further, but probably Pinto would have recovered. But wonderful attempt by Cristiano.
Out on top, victimized as he tries to thread it through. Cesc shows how it's done. Messi to the near post, and Iker Casillas up to the challenge.
Jungle cat, absolute jungle cat quick. When we see this again, Saint Iker is standing upright when the ball is hammered, and then he's down like a cat. That is a phenomenal save. Messi doesn't get all of the power that he wants, but Iker still sees it. He cannot overcommit to the back post, but absolutely wonderful from the goalkeeper. Remember that one, Madridistas.
Busquets wins it back, but it's all the way to the Barcelona end.
Forever the hero in between the sticks for his world champion country of Spain, and for his club, who he's been at since he had, well, he was pinning his own diapers, wasn't he, when he was that young. So smart.
Less than 20 minutes left to go in this opening half of the opening leg of the Copa del Rey quarters. Don't forget, next week we'll have the second leg from the Camp Nou. Check out goaltv.tv for details.
The way that this white team, though, was moving and shuttling across in front of their back four.
Back to Xavi.
And that's what you get right there. They've never stopped moving. Last Diarra and Pepe especially, along with Alonso, doing a wonderful job of protecting the men at the back, and even the boys up top are dropping back to do their donkey work.
Ramos not as deft as he would like. Busquets being held up by Loss, and the foul called, quickly started.
Shields the ball wonderfully, this man on the ball.
Little surprised Barcelona has not gone at Alton Top, who's playing as best as he can, but the two best chances for Barca have come from that flank. They go at it again now. Iniesta looking for the sore spot. Cesc squares. Busquets for Messi. Threads for Iniesta onside. Across the middle, and Ramos gets there first.
The poor ball from Iniesta. It's brilliant build-up. but he doesn't quite pick the right pass across.
Fàbregas and Alexis were there.
Yep. That's nose-to-nose stuff from the referee's. A wonderful ball from Lionel, and there's that ball that could have been led a little bit further in between Sergio Ramos and Iker Casillas, and he didn't deliver it quite right.
Pepe impeded. Maybe a bit of a makeup call, as there was a hint of offside. Not here. Again, Messi sees passes that only a fly could see.
It's onside because it's into Iniesta, and here's Coentrão getting a little bit of a flick back from some naughty business from Lionel Messi.
Puyol.
Wonderfully won upstairs by Pepe. Look at the height. Absolutely magnificent header defensively, and Puyol, of course, coming in, flashing swords with shields. He'll be doing that all game.
Pepe forwards, Benzema there, but so is Pinto. In many ways,
he seemed to leave that awfully late. He got there in the final moment.
Well, he's 36, probably had to put his tee down. Here's Piqué. Just as Guardiola reinvented defense with Mascherano, sticking Pepe in the midfield, inspired by Mourinho. Necessity, yes, but inspired nonetheless.
Magic could back that from Iniesta.
Into the middle, Alexis off to Andres Iniesta, who misses the net.
It's fabulous botanical football from Barcelona. The ball into Sanchez is magnificent from Xavi. The first time touch for Alexis is immaculate. Iniesta's touch lets him down a little bit. He carries it away onto his left, and the angle is too acute to get around the ball. It's that first touch, and Iniesta knew it right away. That ball just led away from him by his usually immaculate first touch. It wasn't too clean there. Wonderful football though, Phil, from Barca, again indicating that they can ginsu you if you wink your eyes.
Over the 90th minute, that probably would have gone in. The same point, second straight push forward by Barcelona, and Iniesta had Sanchez and Fàbregas wide open in front of the net, but no way to get that pass across. Maybe they will be taking a look at that for the second half. Quarter hour left to go in the opening stanza. Here's Altintop.
He's having a fine game.
Deflected down, Benzema for Ronaldo.
Ooh, which way?
Will they get the foul or the throw? And it goes Real Madrid's way.
Corner, I believe.
Yep. Just shy of the flag. Pinto. First corner for Real Madrid.
Set pieces have been a little bit of an Achilles heel for Barcelona. They need to defend this one staunchly. Big targets from the white shirts.
Swept to the center, cleared by Puyol. Trying to win it, Carvalho got just enough. Long ball back to Casillas.
That's all right by Real Madrid's standards. That's nothing wrong with that from Altintop. The crowd don't particularly like it, but allows them to get back into real good formation.
Launched forward from Casillas. Alves wide. Sanchez against Coentrão, and it will be Real Madrid ball. Right, we talked about the first goal coming early again. Down goes Pepe in the lunge from Sanchez. Another foul called. I don't think it was just that the goal came early. It was Ronaldo. And so many times in recent games, we've seen Ronaldo get frustrated as the clock ticked towards 90. But he gets his goal early, and now he appears to be having fun.
This is a player that Real Madrid cannot afford to lose or afford to see go on to a yellow card. Pepe, he's been enormous in this game again. He's had good support this time though from Diarra and of course Xabi Alonso, but everybody's playing top notch in the white shirts, and hell, this time, Phil, Barcelona ain't playing too badly themselves. They've been very impressive with some of their cut and thrust attacks.
Xavi playing deeper behind Busquets.
It's again comes down to one single ball. It's a great ball.
And it could be. Out comes Casillas with a dive to knock it back to midfield. Cesc appeared to be open, but then he realized the door was slammed shut before he got there. Again to Xavi. To Iniesta. Checks the mirror. Drags it in for Hernandez.
Nicely.
Cesc again. Messi around the challenge. Around another, but Pepe got a boot. Out comes Carvalho. Up steps Puyol with ease. Barcelona again. Messi through. Xavi beaten by Ramos. And here comes Reial. Out wide for Ronaldo. Keeps it in play.
Amazingly.
Alves on his heels. Up forward as Ramos keeps the pressure on, but now he's out of position. Xavi looks for the gap. Finds it with Cesc. It's 3-on-3 if they hurry. Fàbregas curves it in. Back post, Messi, the second man, but he sends it wide.
Fàbregas looking for Alexis, I'm sure, here. And the referee's assistant flag comes up, I believe. There's this wonderful, attentive goalkeeping by the World Cup winner, the captain. Casillas, wonderful insurance policy again. Sees that his defence have been caught flat and high and is acting like a wonderful sweeper.
Offside against Barcelona, who have had the better of the chances since Madrid got the goal, but it's not been easy for either side. Just over 10 minutes left. Piqué back. Pinto.
Well played.
Piqué wide. Again under pressure from Higuaín. You can sense even then Piqué doesn't want to blast it downfield. To the last moment, he's hoping something else opens up. Sanchez to Alves. Nice switch. Now it's Xavi with space. Iniesta leading the line. Iniesta around Altintop, but he got back in time. Slips away, and Altintop up the line, but straight to Xavi. Trying to take advantage of the makeshift right back.
Didn't have much to help him though, did he, Phil? He was painted into a corner, poor Altintop, and then started to panic a little bit when he didn't see any cavalry coming to his help and tried to really just get it out of dodge and fell to Xavi.
The reason he's out there is Álvaro Arbeloa got red carded against Malaga. Real tried to appeal but had it rejected. Normally they would have stuck Las out there, but they want that three holding midfield with Xavi and Pepe, and it's worked so far. And so is Altintop, who might have played his way back in the picture. Piqué kept in nicely by Fàbregas, but he has to retreat.
You wouldn't think, as always, that this team in Blaugrana is the away team, would you? They're pinning the white shirts so far deeply back, and that's exactly what Real Madrid want, because this is where it'll lead to on the counter.
Higuaín keeps it going. Fàbregas sliding through him. Play on, says Muniz Fernandez. Abidal forgot something. Benzema back, and Alonso takes it off the fire. 36th minute. The fans raising a bit of a ruckus.
Well, Mourinho's got to be smiling big time on the inside here, looking at his team, the way they're absorbing and taking all the punishments. Casillas' heroics has been huge in this game. This is as much of a massive compliment to Barcelona as it is an endorsement of the way Real Madrid's playing, because Barca are playing impressively well and putting really good pressure all the way through the field and linking up their wonderful passing football brilliantly. They've been penetrative as well, but Mourinho's men getting it done at the last breath sometimes, but getting it done.
Look how compact Real Madrid is. Normally you say 35 yards, they're within 15, it seems.
Yeah. Intentionally so. They've learned from Betis and Espanyol, it seems.
Busquets holding on just a bit too long.
You don't have to beat Barcelona in Barcelona's way to beat them. You can beat them in different ways, and now people starting to at least be a little braver against the wonderful Xavi's men. When I say braver, they've been a lot more combative in the midfield going forward and playing with three forwards here today. Mourinho, that type of bravery, if you can contain the hydra of Barcelona's attack, which is a massive ask. If you can, and you have Lady Luck on your side a little bit, and you've got a best goalkeeper in the world in between the sticks, you can get it done. So far, so wonderfully good for Real Madrid.
We all one more make that,
but man,
Alonso one more layer of the onion.
They're on, it seems that they're on the torture rack at home, and yet it's precisely what Mourinho would have been telling them to expect and to live with and deal with it. Great ball.
Ball switched over, but Iniesta couldn't keep it in. Still sends Barcelona like that Rubik's Cube, starting to put the pieces of the puzzle together, but against Real Madrid, you never have time.
Yeah, but I don't know if they're starting to put it together, Phil. I think they've been doing that from the first whistle. I mean, you could honestly say the goal was a little bit against the run of play because it was Barcelona that were dictating it, and they've done that all this 38 minutes in. Except for one bad slip-up from Pinto, Pep Guardiola would be extremely happy, I believe. They haven't got on the score sheet, but man, they've been rattling that lock like crazy.
Ronaldo yet to lose in the cup with Real Madrid. 10 wins and a draw. This next to the final of last year, the toughest opponent.
Great ball that from Piqué.
Sanchez spins, turns, Xavi with Iniesta and Cesc on the left.
There's been plenty of critics from Barcelona's fans to point, and there's been a number of targets that they've been rightfully pointing to, but not here tonight. I don't think you can pick out one poor performance by Barcelona, really.
Alton top with a nice jump in front of Fàbregas. The one thing he does bring on the offensive side, an extra weapon. Piqué flies in and takes a little something off, so it stays in for Abidal. Through and on.
He's on.
It's Sanchez, just by a hair. Ramos stepping up at the last moment.
Alexis won it just that little bit earlier. I thought it was onside when in lifetime, and
look at Coentrão.
Very, very close. You look on the inside here, Fabio Coentrão seems to be playing him level at least when the ball is released.
Well, the near side assistant Jesus Calvo, a FIFA official, might have gotten that one wrong.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were being funny there.
5 minutes left to go. Again, Pepe in the midfield means it's a shorter run to the front line on plays like that. Slips away as Ramos was leaning the other way, and here comes Barcelona again. Again, it's Alonso jumping in front of his counterpart Xavi.
Wasn't a bad ball from Alexis into Xavi. Unfortunately, it was the wrong type of player. If it had been Iniesta taking that, or Lionel Messi, it would have been a great ball. Look out.
Second effort from Iniesta. Fàbregas flies forward. Ramos slams it away. Off to Las. Softball from Ronaldo, and down in a collision. Alexis Sanchez a little slow to get up. Xavi to Messi.
In like a demon there.
Messi lays it back. Xavi puts it through and touched wide for another corner. 6 now. Iniesta. Sometimes you don't appreciate the brilliance until you see it in slow motion. Much like the man we saw at the start, the new football director for the other side, Zinedine Zidane. Makes the difficult look simple. Glance down from Busquets. Whistle from the stands. Play on. Here comes Pepe. Puyol chugging to catch up. Benzema makes the run, and Abidal picked the right angle.
A brave attempt from Pepe, going for the little dagger ball that would have split Barcelona open. He's on.
Ramos stayed
Too
back,
heavy.
and Messi wanted it through. He wants to be going towards goal as Barcelona looks for the equalizer before the break.
Admirable attack by Pepe, not holding onto the ball and dishing it off and getting back into his defensive hole. He goes at Barcelona and asks himself a question if he can split open the back line. He wasn't too far away. He didn't have many options, so great credit to Pepe.
If you ask many coaches, they would always say they'd like to get the second match in a home and away, so they know what they have to do at home. But it hasn't worked out the last 4 times these two teams have met in the Cup. Whoever is the home team in the first leg has advanced.
Because of this. And he's close in on Pinto, so the blast that's released from his left foot, Phil, is going to take some stopping either way, but you can't help but feel that Victor Valdés gets that, and that's being perhaps a little harsh on Pinto, but so we are see it.
Ball played back with Ramos leaning forward. Saves the day as he kicks it off of Sanchez and out for the throw. Normally you would hear on a breakaway to aim for the center of a goalkeeper, but that was from distance. Normally the keeper has enough time to drop the apron. This Ronaldo had so much pace on that shot.
Yeah.
Busquets plays it back, 44th minute.
Well, it was world-class speed to make that opportunity for him, and it was certainly, as you say, Phil, a really wicked strike. But that's the type that you want your world-class goalkeeper to handle.
Xavi wanted to thread it through, but the defense standing firm. Up steps Pepe as they clog the center of the park.
Good late arriving run on that far side from Fàbregas, but Xavi for once not seeing the target.
Benzema slips as he tries to get there. Abidal gets to the loose ball.
Well played.
And he'll track it down around Carvalho. Messi trailing, looking for a chance, approaching the 45th minute. Reial fans didn't see the deflection. Blasted from long range, and Cesc sends a souvenir. Not only do we have another 45 minutes, we got a brand new 90 in a week.
Well, this has been a fabulous first half. Proverbial hammer and tongs going in, really coming in hard and heavy, and some lovely football played at a great concert pitch, and warriors right, left and centre, and talented footballers on both sides of the field, and brave goalkeeping, certainly from Casillas. A little bit of tragedy perhaps in the man wearing number 13 for Barcelona, Pinto.
Brought down nicely again, Benzema, but Piqué stood him up and shut him down. Iniesta on that crossfield pass. To added time and not much of it. Maybe one last chance. Barcelona champions for the 25th time back in 2009. Real Madrid winning its 18th just under a year ago. Here's Messi, and again Diarra. Like peanut butter on a meat bone, and Messi getting gnawed on all game long. Busquets to the middle. In steps Alonso. The final seconds ticking away. Altintop again, transitioning well. Busquets steps in the way. Final seconds, Xavi. Messi, Xavi, and that will do it. 1-0 Real Madrid in what has been an edge of the seat encounter.
Cristiano really answering his critics. The star man rises to the occasion to give his team the lead against Xavi's men. What answers from Pep.
Copa del Rey just under a year ago, and now doing their best to hold on to it against their arch rivals. They hold the lead. It's the first time in Pep Guardiola's history against Real Madrid as Barcelona boss that he has lost the opening half. And on his 41st birthday, well, let's just hope there's a present in the second if you're a Barca fan.
Nothing in these faces to even begin suspecting that they've conceded defeat. There's some politicking going on out there, but this referee, Luis Fernandez, Mr. Slick, and playing it both ways. But This is just going to get more and more intense and more interesting, people. So strap yourselves in. We're in for a lovely ride. And Cristiano's boss, Mr. Mourinho, will probably be looking to shake it a little bit. But therein lies a velvet trap, because how much can he change it as this game goes on? Because the way this team in white have been playing, the chemistry has been perfect. Not sure if you want to disturb that chemistry, but he's going to have to, Phil, because the effort that these white shirts have put in defending Barcelona has been very, very energy sapping.
Well, remember, it was a very similar goal that Real Madrid advanced to the quarterfinals on. Karim Benzema on a weaker effort that somehow went through the legs of Willy Caballero to knock off Malaga. This one, well, most human beings would not have been able to stop Ronaldo's blast. Victor Valdés, not most human beings, though, and that's a question. On the other side, no cup keeper really for Real Madrid. Adán, the youngster, has only played in a couple of meaningless Champions League matches. Iker Casillas has been the horse that Mourinho has brought to the dance.
And, you know, to make it even more cruel on Pinto, how many other chances did he have to save? There's just been the one opportunity that Real Madrid have really questioned him with.
Messi tries to keep it alive.
Magic.
A nice stutter step from Cesc into the middle, off the chest of Ramos, and cleared away. Alonso got bumped in the box. It'll be a foul.
Fàbregas is brilliant getting into the box here, but he just really rasps it in. He doesn't pick out a particular player. And nothing wrong there, really. Two players going for the ball. The question is that Alonso's got possession of it. In his challenge, Alexis was a little too high, but lipsticks, really nothing there.
Casillas putting it back. No Pedro, no Villa, no Afellay. Look at the bench for Barcelona, Ray, and there's some talent there, but young talent, relatively unproven talent, especially at this level in Cuenca and Thiago.
All right, there isn't any real big hitman on that bench, is there, for Barcelona? It's all just wonderful, precocious, huge talent, but really no big howitzer to come in and change it, because it's not the way Barcelona play. That's the way they play. Wonderful turn here again by Alexis and being rifled down by Coentrao.
Xavi to Messi.
Look at this time that he gets on this ball. It's nothing.
Fàbregas, up flies Las. Busquets to Cesc, back to Piqué. No Di Maria for Real Madrid. He has started work again. And that's bad news for the rest of La Liga.
Well, he got back into training, didn't he? And then he actually went down in practice. He was expected to be playing in this game, Di Maria.
Here comes Iniesta, and a beautiful play as Altintop seems to be getting confidence as the game progresses.
Well, he might have scored the World Cup winning goal for Spain, but you just see the vitriol from the Real Madrid fans to Don Andres Iniesta.
Every other stadium in Spain, he gets an ovation. Ball sails, and so does Puyol, scoring the equalizer. We're tied at 1.
Captain Tarzan comes swinging in on his vein again. And Stephen Amadon's book, the Divine Engine, again comes out to advertise what this man is all about. It's a great ball driven in from the corner kick, and it looks like it's Piqué that's going to get it, but Captain Tarzan Puyol comes alongside and says, what if he doesn't get there? What if he doesn't get a touch? It's going to be mine, and he gets rewarded for it. His focus is locked, and it's a dynamic header barreled in with plenty of knuckles and plenty of meat and potatoes behind it from a man that is the iconic face of Barcelona. Game back on, Phil.
2 points. That's the first time all game that Pepe has been caught flat-footed. No one told him there was someone from behind. He never needed to be told before. The other thing is, somewhere in the souls of Real Madrid and the Madridistas, there's a little quiver right now.
Look at how close, when we see it in replay again though, look at how close Pepe is to Puyol. He tries to stay with him. He shepherds him on the run, thinking that at least somebody's going to get it. It looked like, let's see what happens here.
Well, is it going to be a yellow card? Pepe already has one. This is Ramos all the way to midfield, and just rather cynical.
It's a machete job is what it is. There's no attempt to play the ball. There's nothing other than a cynical whack at Alexis. Well, Fàbregas has felt that before, of course, on the halfway line in his debut game when Marcelo it was that came across, and that was a lot worse than that hit on Alexis, but still getting a little bit naughty here now.
Appealing for a dive, Busquets. All right, there used to be a phrase in Spanish football concerning all of the referees' calls that went Barcelona's way. Even Barcelona admits that's starting to turn a bit. Mourinho and Guardiola even getting into it a bit. Mourinho saying that Guardiola is the only coach that complains when the calls go his way. They haven't here today. Here's Pepe and Busquets. There steps Abidal. Casillas thought about coming out. Sanchez tries to play it, but the height of Ramos again. Messi out wide.
Said in the preview about the heart that was going to be needed by Real Madrid. Well, it was exemplified by the Barcelona skipper, of course, but all it's done is just poured more TNT powder on this game, because Real Madrid ain't going to back down. But Barcelona, man, coming on, and from a set piece again, Real Madrid being victimized and caught out on a set piece, Phil, against a Mourinho side. It's not very common at all, but for this Real Madrid side, I'm not so sure. If you look how many times this season his team has been victimized on set pieces, it's way too many for a normal type of Mourinho side. No chance for Iker Casillas. He's the last person you can blame.
And it's Xavi who's serving it in.
It was a great zinged-in ball, wasn't it?
Puyol to Piqué. The magic
one of those
tandem.
Wonderful driven balls, rather, with a drive on it that just keeps on rising right till the apex of that hit, and at the end of it was that volcano wearing that incredible wig.
Cesc making the run. Pepe cut him off. Coentrao trying to keep up, got pulled out of position, and Pepe slid in. You're starting to sense the gas tank is below the halfway mark.
Again, there's the zinged-in ball. It's always rising till the last moment, till it clears Piqué and Sergio Ramos, and then he drops in. And again, he's figuring on it, not getting there. There's 5% of a chance that that ball will get there, and he gambles and takes the run like he does all the time. He'll always do it 99 times out of 100. Take that back, 100 out of 100. He'll always make the effort to get there, just in case, what if?
Alves dodging the blades of Ronaldo, oversteps Messi. He got tangled, and it will be a foul against Real Madrid. You have to remember as well, Barcelona will take a 1-1 at the Bernabéu, knowing the second leg is at home. But right now, the field is starting to tilt towards Iker Casillas.
Messi definitely getting pushed off there by Pepe on the run. A fair call by the ref.
Into the center, Xavi.
Real Madrid looking to see if they can spring Cristiano or Higuain again on this counter-attack. Always Barca, this massively high defense seems to be their best hope, going back to the well that got them the first goal.
Xavi looks back, passes forward to Iniesta. Inside Altintop, over for Cesc, launching it in. On the volley, deflected by Ramos and off woodwork.
Magnificent again by the ex-Arsenal man, Fàbregas. Ingenious with the little clip. Scoop, chip, call it what you like. Iniesta left foot, brilliant save by Sergio Ramos. If Sergio doesn't get there with the outstretched left foot, that's in the back of the net.
Not sure if the referee saw it, and Guardiola a bit surprised. Beautiful
Should
from
have been a
Fàbregas.
definite corner, this. It comes off Sergio Ramos. He saves Iker Casillas' bacon completely there. It was definitely a corner kick.
Only shot Madrid has went in, deflected, but it was too tight to the free kick. It will count as a yellow card for delay. And Busquets getting a cheap one for a guy who's normally in the middle of the mix.
I'll have to be
Could
careful.
come back to haunt him.
Have to be careful. Now he's on a thin ledge.
Here.
Stupid. Very, very silly by Sergi there. Didn't really need to. The ball being pinged out way wide, and he should have let that one go. Feeling as if his team were just too vulnerable in their disorganization. He takes one.
Alonso whipping it in towards the corner of the 6 and almost meets the head of Pepe, but it carries long for a goal kick. 12 minutes into this one, Ronaldo blasted it through Pinto. 4 minutes into the second half, Puyol beat Pepe and headed past Casillas for the equalizer. In many ways, the fact it came in the second half, a huge impetus for Barcelona. Now Real Madrid, no chance to regroup in the dressing room.
Beautiful play there by Xavi and Fàbregas.
Iniesta with Cesc, uses him. Alexis to the center. Back for Iniesta, the saint of Stamford Bridge. Back to Abidal. A little look-away pass through to Xavi. The rhythm starting to build. Xavi to Cesc.
Lovely touch on.
Pulling Real Madrid this way and that. Cesc bumped by Las, the destroyer for Real Madrid today. Remember, on the edge of their seat, Jose Mourinho used to be known somewhat facetiously as 1-0 injury time second leg. He didn't care how he got through a cup tie as long as he was on top at the end.
Beautiful release by Alonso to set Benzema away with that lovely rangy pass. Good spell for Real Madrid.
Ronaldo playing traffic cop. How much does Real Madrid want a second goal here today, or will they be patient and not risk it?
Great ball by Las.
Alton top, up the right wing. Fakes. And again leaves Iniesta in a heap. The cross to the back post. The header Benzema, but he missed the target.
Or did he? Did he miss it, or was it saved? It was a fabulous ball at the back. Lovely control here by Alton top. He puts Iniesta on his back like a turtle, and then the ball flighted into the back. We lost the picture, but I still believe Pinto might have got a little bit of a colour on that, but very, very close. Couldn't have been, as it was Barcelona ball, but he had it covered on the inside.
Remember, Betis, when they were challenging Barcelona, had it close to 60-40, which is almost unheard of this year. Real Madrid just 30% of possession.
Wonderful header. Looks like it's going in here. Hits the post. From our initial angle, I thought Pinto had got it with that outstretched right hand, but Benzema, clear open header at the back post, got to hit the target, hits the frame instead. Wonderful by Alton top this. Lovely clipped in ball, leads the big man at the back, gets plenty of punch on it, and they're already celebrating behind the goal. Not to be.
Alton top, the forgotten acquisition. Everyone talking about many of the other names that joined Madrid at the Bernabéu this year. But I have a feeling we'll see a lot more of him in the second half of the season. Alexis Sanchez, the third player in the book. Or is that Contrao that was? And Sanchez wanted to get a little bit more than just a yellow. Contrao and Pepe both with yellows. 60th minute. 30 more to go. And then another 90 in a week at the Camp Nou. Mourinho retreating to the bench. Guardiola at the edge of the area.
Sharpened their game up from the last time we saw them having their Barcelona. Their passing, even so, hasn't been at the operatic highest pitch, but it's been at least 50% better than what we've seen in the last couple of weeks.
Can you explain it? The fact that they have trouble with lesser teams but managed to turn it up to 11 against Reial?
Strange, isn't it?
Alexis against Ramos.
Oh, well played.
Freezes him, crosses it. Iniesta off balance, sends it back.
Magnificent by Dani Alves and nobody else reading him. Was it Sanchez? Excuse me. Wonderful play by Alexis. Here's another great look. He's so close, but by the highest of high standards in world club football, that's got to be buried. Wonderful play by Sanchez on the other side, though, Phil. Ducking and diving past Coentrão, but no target to hit in the centre of the goal.
A hypnotizing rhythm. And Real Madrid got caught flat-footed once on that corner. They can't afford to lose again at home. It would be the 7th straight Clásico without victory for Real Madrid at home. That has never been done. And remember, Barcelona at 1-1 would be more than happy. A scoreless draw at the Camp Nou would be good enough to advance.
Fabulous from Messi.
Threads it for Xavi, up for Sanchez.
Oh.
Gets around Ramos, the cross deflects and then back off the Chilean and out. Good defense by Ramos.
Wonderful play from Xavi and Messi. Alexis again terrorizing down that right side. It's a wonderful hesitation and he drove and touched it past, dripping honey on it all the time. But Sergio Ramos stays with him and won't buy any of his hocus pocus. Wonderful play from Sergio Ramos to cut that out, and he got the little deflection off for the goal kick.
Collision at midfield. Sanchez again in the middle of it with Coentrão. You talked about it at the beginning, Ray. Carlos Puyol, 50 straight games without defeat. And so many times it's on the defensive side that he's the reason. Here he does it both ways. Frustration starting to build.
Well, they're asking questions now as this time goes by. When will the fresh legs come in? He said at 1-0 it would have been tricky for Mourinho to alter the chemistry because it was doing so well in every facet of his team build-up and performance individually, collectively, until that one lapse of concentration caused the equaliser. But what now, Mourinho? What changes can you introduce while still keeping this game within your grasp?
Busquets with a judo move, shrugging off the attention over to Xavi, back to Puyol. Abidal retreats to give an outlet for Pinto. Under pressure now, launches it forward. Good defense. Benzema and Pepe steps up to win it. Alonso back to Pepe. The normal center back takes a bump from Fàbregas and goes down in a heap.
He's trying to buy one here and he ain't getting away with it. Referee saying that there's nothing from Fàbregas, and Pepe going down clutching his face.
They have Callejon on the bench, who was a hero in the last game. They have Mesut Ozil, they have Kaká. Rumors that Kaká would be rejoining Carlo Ancelotti at PSG. Kaká got on Twitter today and said, "I'm not going anywhere." And still down is Pepe, and they'll finally put it into touch.
Well, let's take a look at this.
What's your rule? The less they roll.
Look at this. Fàbregas goes in and Pepe goes down like he's been, well, like he's Dick Cheney. He's been shot in the face.
Well, Fàbregas would be Dick Cheney then.
There's very, very little. Right. Maybe caught him in the eye, though. That's the only thing I can see, because he's really just flicked at him.
Carvalho.
Accidentally, it seems, as well, by the way. Aye, here he comes.
Messi.
Game changer.
Who do you pull?
Big ask.
Pepe
big
and
ask.
Contrao with yellows.
Yeah, might be one of those two, Phil. Quite probably.
Nice play, Sanchez, and then launches it back blindly to the middle. Busquets takes the hit from Higuaín and Las, and he's down in a heap. This time, no faking, although he does have a bit of a reputation.
A bit? Come on.
Got sandwiched.
Well, stakes are high. Players are going to try to get away with anything they can to alter the favour of referee Muniz Fernandez, who's got to keep his head, because as this game goes on, you've got a lot of players out there that knows how to get the advantage of a referee a lot of time. Good performance by wonderful Las Diarra, but here comes little Avatar Eyes and the wonderful player in his own right.
The one thing that jumps out at me here is they keep Altintop out there. Oh, they make 3 switches with Callejon coming in. Actually, Callejon for Higuaín. Callejon, the hero on the weekend. Diarra also exiting. And perhaps it's the ability of Altintop to come up this right wing, appealing to Mourinho as he looks for a second goal at home.
Well, he was the hero in Real Madrid's last game, Callejon, with a real, very late winner. Produced a much needed away result for Real Madrid. So can he perform those heroics again? I'm a little bit surprised that Marcelo hasn't been introduced for the Royal Whites, though, Phil, I've got to say.
Well, just one more substitute left. They have Granero, Kaká, Marcelo, and Albiol in defense. Xavi looks back, passes forward. Pep Guardiola has to like that. Back to Xavi Hernandez. Pressure creates diamonds. Real Madrid putting Barcelona under a ton of pressure. Down goes Messi. Callejon in the book. And Messi normally, well, not normally, never seems to go down.
Well, what this is, I think he's fallen on his hand, if I'm not mistaken. When he comes down, Callejon definitely clips him, but then he goes to break his fall. Let's take a look.
Might have jammed his small finger. And there he gets stepped on.
Absolutely, you're right, Phil. That last moment, he gets stepped on. Can it see who it is? Here it is.
Who else?
Right here. Oh, well, that is absolutely horrendous. And Pepe gets away with a real big one, and that will be replayed and replayed, because that, in my opinion, is fully intentional. Take a look. This is a stamp.
Remember the Marcelo hit on Cesc Fàbregas.
That's his back cleats going into Messi's arm, and his hand doesn't move here, Phil. Look, he sees it, he looks down, and he stamps on it, man, with his back 2 cleats.
The Spanish FA is one of the federations that will look at the videotape, and Pepe will likely not be playing in the second leg. Now Fàbregas and Alonso getting into it.
There's just no need for it, of course. All his words in the book, but there was nothing to be gained by that. That was just pure spite from Pepe. I've got to say it, Madridistas. We'll see if the Spanish FA come in and come down heavy on him, because if that had happened to Cristiano Ronaldo and it had been Puyol, everybody in Real Madrid would be up in arms.
To the 6th, the header! And Busquets couldn't get up on it, and Puyol was behind him.
Should have left it for Carles, but he's got to take this one. It's a poor header. He's a little too tall. Beautiful ball from, of course, you know who. Plants it on the head of a pin. And he's just got to glance it down, and that's in the back of the net again. Real Madrid's defense goes to work like a snooze button in a fire alarm, man. Just poor defending that again.
Mesut Özil with his first touches since entering the game, and he gets introduced to the carpet. Ronaldo with a good first half. He's been practically invisible in the second. Is it a case of Real Madrid not getting enough possession to even get it to him? What can Ronaldo do to get back involved? Out on top. Looks away, poked free. Fàbregas through Messi. Sanchez.
Barcelona have been a lot quicker in possession in the midfield area as well, and Fàbregas and this man on the ball has been absolutely monumental in this resurgent Barcelona.
Iniesta around Alton top, through Ronaldo, past Pepe.
Magic.
Overlap, Messi pops up, and there's Coentrao.
Beautiful from Iniesta, waiting and waiting, and then sliding in a ball that Lionel Messi's a little bit heavy with his touch.
And a collision, Busquets and Callejon meet. Quickly restarted by Real Madrid with just under 20 minutes to go. The pressure is on Real. They have to do better in the home leg than 1-1.
You know, the thing is, you're asking about Cristiano Ronaldo, Phil, as well. He hasn't been provided with much ammo from his teammates, has he? Either in tight positions where he likes it, or in that catapult ball into space. Either one has been denying him too many times. The midfield, for me, especially with Özil in there now, needs to start providing Cristiano with the ball.
That gap starting to get stretched a bit and brought closer to midfield. Through ball on the run. Casillas off his line. The flag will deny Sanchez. Ramos brings him down after the fact. This one might be worth another look, though.
Well, they all are when jumping jack flashes out there, but this one is definitely offside. Leaning over the top, Sergio Ramos, impeccable with that last gasp, step up, and catches the Chilean. A good step offside.
Touched inside, Alonso. Up for Callejon. Nice little dance around Alves. Now forward for Özil. But look, does not have the time to find Benzema or Ronaldo. Now on this replay, remember the arm does not count for offense or defense.
Definitely
clearly offside.
Off.
But again, by half a step. Coentrao,
step in
Piqué.
by Piqué.
Xavi.
Magic again.
Getting stronger
man of the
and
match
stronger.
for me so far for Barcelona.
Spins and turns and feeds Cesc Fàbregas. Switch to the near side, Iniesta. This is what Guardiola wanted to see in the last match. Over to Abidal. Iniesta with a give and go and taken down
from Fàbregas.
Ronaldo gets tangled.
This is what a lot of the Barcelona fans have been wondering about. Cesc Fàbregas, as brilliant as he has been, he gets away with that's never going to get to Iniesta, even had not Cristiano Ronaldo not fouled him and says him.
Through for Puyol, don't count him out. Started as a wing before he was converted to a defender, and he'll win a corner here. The two veterans exchanging pleasantries.
Great look, wonderful look, fabulous from Cavallo and Carles Puyol.
Again, the center back is the one who spots the free kick early. From the corner, Xavi. Out comes Casillas just in front of Carles Puyol.
Not trusting his defenders anymore. He doesn't really like leaving his line, but he's so brilliant on it and across it, but this time he's not taking any chances.
Puts it to the laces of Özil, who can't bring it down.
Under pressure as well by Dani Alves. Well played by the Brazilian on the German international.
In the first half, when they weren't seeing the ball, Xavi and Messi would drop back to the midfield stripe. Ronaldo dropping back, but even then not seeing it. They're the step that will get Pepe in trouble come tomorrow. And again, it is likely these two teams will end up meeting a dozen times in 53 weeks, a little over a year, and a dozen Clásicos from what we've seen today, they could play 52 times a year. And there's a lot of people who would want to be first in line. Abidal to the inside. Xavi. Messi controls the hop and spots Abidal, but doesn't have time. It's Ozil with some defense. And he wins the throw-in.
Strangely hesitant there, Lionel Messi, and Ozil clamping down on him immediately.
Quarter hour remains in regulation. Arguably two of the greatest coaches of all time, just waiting for those history books to be written. Puyol got under it a bit. Trying to control it was Callejon. Sanchez comes away with it though, and another little pull down. Alonso with the afters.
And these games have more broken edges than a broken bottle. Nasty sometimes, but hasn't been anything truly vicious. And right on that simmering, that boiling point or played.
And again, Alton top showing promise. Been in mothballs less than 300 minutes all season since coming over from Bayern Munich. An emergency fill-in with Arbeloa suspended. They've been looking for a right back, and he might fit the bill. Pepe and Cesc.
But he did have other options, Phil, coming into this game, and he went with Alton top, and Alton top hasn't really let the team down at all.
A couple of times he got beat, but once was off target, another denied by Casillas. Threaded through, Abidal on, tucks it home, and Barcelona's in front.
It's a type of goal for Barcelona fans that causes your soul to bang on your rib cages to get out. It's absolutely magisterial. The ball from Lionel Messi to set up, of all people, King Eric Abidal. And he is absolutely impeccable with his finish. This is an astonishing go-ahead goal from the least likely of Barca players. There's nothing lucky about it. It's pure genius from Lionel Messi, and Eric Abidal is as cool as a killer. He is onto this like Dracula onto a plate of liver.
Carvalho got caught looking.
He's on.
Then he tries to make up for it, but couldn't get back in time.
Times his run perfectly, Abidal, but more importantly, Lionel Messi detonates his pass to the nanosecond and guides it beautifully into Eric Abidal. That's an astonishing pass from this man on the ball.
And they're on it again. Fàbregas back for Messi. Well, it was a little over a month ago. Abidal wasn't sure Barcelona still wanted him. The directors stepped up and said absolutely, and now have locked him up potentially to 2015. The 32-year-old French back.
Watch this, Fàbregas, little bit of a back flick right here. Wait a minute. A little bit of naughtiness going on the other way by Fàbregas. He'll say that he was trying to backheel the ball, but I think he knew where the big Portuguese defender was.
I think Ray Parlour taught him that one. Approaching the 80th minute. Ronaldo with a little push. Puyol down, Ronaldo in, and just behind Benzema. Here's Callejon. Tries to get around Alves, spins and turns. Busquets clears. Back to the middle, and it's Alexis Sanchez pulling the cape away from the bull and finally slammed into touch.
Cristiano Ronaldo is again superb. Carlos Puyol's complaining, but I didn't see anything wrong. He's asking for the call against Cristiano. I'm not so sure. Take a look. The ball gets played over the top. When we see the pictures, we're seeing the same ones as you people. It gets dumped into the corner, and it looks like Carlos is going to get there, and then he comes across Cristiano Ronaldo. Well, we'll take a look in a second. Pepe makes the exits, and the Pirate comes in. see if he can do the plundering job. There's nothing wrong. Cristiano, nothing there. He doesn't touch Puyol. And if there is anything, it's the slightest of touches, and I don't think it was a foul against Carlos Puyol. He's still complaining, and really, Barcelona a little fortunate not to get victimized there.
The ball was rolling, so they have to do it again. Cesc bumped down.
The ball from Cristiano was nearly very, very good as well. They tie this game up.
There's something else to consider. He might not be going to PSG, but they need a goal desperately, and Kaká stays on the bench. Instead, they stick in Esteban Granero, who might be on the way out. Now some pushing and shoving behind. Casillas launches it back.
Well, you talk all you like about Kaká. For me, it's the other Brazilian that I would have thought might have made a bigger impact than any with even Marcelo. But Mourinho, certainly the mister, and he knows how to pull the right cards, but we'll see if it works out this way. A little bit of a flick back by Dani Alves onto Callejon.
There was the upper arm, the elbow never really extended. Another collision. Puyol goes down, and that hit with Ramos looks back with disdain.
Wow.
Don't count Real Madrid out. One of those crosses, and Ramos has the ability to do exactly that. Every time you think you've seen Messi at his best, he pulls another trick out of the bag.
Yeah. How about tricks, Phil? What a great performance from the Chilean. Ex-Udinese man was absolutely tremendous here tonight, and a wonderful variation of a threat is Alexis Sanchez. And he, right from the first minute, the way Guardiola was asking his men to play, Sanchez was following it down to the letter. A wonderful performance, and Thiago Alcantara makes his...
That was Adriano. I think Thiago's still loosening up.
Excuse me.
Up steps Alonso. Contral for Benzema, and then pushes forward.
Still time on this from the Whites. They're going to have to be a little bit more accurate than that, though. Even into the area where Cristiano is, that'll be more dangerous. But that was nowhere close to the real danger man for the Whites. Cristiano Ronaldo being on a starvation diet in the second half.
You talk about Marcelo, and you can see Granero getting pulled left and right. Width and speed, not really his game. Perhaps on a set play. Well, that's Ronaldo territory. Down goes Piqué. He got stomped. Alonso with the blade sharpened on that one. Messi. All the way back for Piqué.
The confidence that this team from Barcelona playing in such incredibly tight spaces.
And again, Iniesta to Cesc, tries to one-time it past Carvalho, but can't. Already the second straight Clásico where Real Madrid has scored first. Ridiculously so the last game, only to see Barcelona respond in the second half. The question will continue, what does Real Madrid have to do to beat Barcelona? It's only happened once, and that was in the final of this tournament last year.
This game's not over, though.
Another long ball for Ozil.
Good play.
7 minutes
Good
remain.
ball. Options.
Alonso. Benzema cuts it back. Ronaldo the shot into Piqué and cleared away.
Benzema took it away from Callejon there. I thought he should have let it run on.
Ozil glued to the left foot, tries to split the defense, but it's Messi back to play defense. Gets around Granero, and he's on the run. Fàbregas looking the other way, though.
Messi running on, wanting the ball over the top.
Alves with his compatriot Adriano up the line. Xavi pulls it back as they bleed the clock. Messi bumped by Carvalho. Trying to do anything to rattle him. Out and top, trying to get it away from Iniesta, but can't. Xavi from the knees keeps it alive, and it's Messi through for Iniesta.
Magic.
Around Carvalho, but he'll retreat. Chipped to the center, and Ramos will clear.
Most wonderful, delicate little touches, springing Barcelona players free, like millimeters away from getting the ball so many times, Real Madrid, but it's just as elusive as a shadow.
Pinto up for Xavi, over for Piqué, back for Xavi as the metronome tick-tocks the sand through the glass. Rhythmically, Barcelona and Real Madrid does not have an answer at the moment. Iniesta, Abidal, Iniesta again. Xavi from the top, looking for Messi.
And wonderful pictures of this embroidery football from Barcelona. Bad ball again by Fàbregas. Just needs to sharpen his game a little bit more with these types of passes. Here's a look at this wonderful orchestral maneuver. And you've got a light boy. Disco time, all right. I'll teach you in later, Eric, how to dance. The Samba man says.
Well, how emotional was it with Eric Abidal, that tumor on his liver? He was the spiritual leader behind Barcelona's comeback, and here today, back healthy, as the Real Madrid fans will exit the Bernabéu frustrated again. Xavi exits and his deputy arrives, Thiago Alcantara.
Now, how you can walk out on a team like Real Madrid when there's still 7 minutes to be played for, Phil. At least 7 in all likelihood.
Launched long, Alonso, settled by Ronaldo. Again, off to his left foot, Granero. Altintop tried to drive it through.
Poor ball, really poor ball.
Busquets spots a gap, and it's Messi filling it.
Fabulous
Messi.
touch. Oh.
Carvalho sticks a boot in and trips him up, and it's going to be another card.
Been a great player in his career, but this is nothing less than butcher work from Carvalho.
Well, rule number 1, the ball or the man, but sometimes the price you pay is more expensive than a yellow. Arguably, a red card could have been pulled out. Remember, it's not last man, it's denying a goal-scoring opportunity, and anytime Messi has the ball, it seems to be one. Was it 13 goals, 8 assists against Real Madrid? Just once in 10 meetings has he failed to help get a goal on the board. Here he comes again, a collision in the center circle, and Cesc fouled by Alonso. And another substitution from Barcelona.
Fàbregas going with momentum as he gets the first touch, and then Alonso comes in just a little late.
And Isaac Cuenca, the unsung star from La Masia.
Tremendous performance by Cesc Fàbregas as he makes his exit. Still fitting in, but fitting in beautifully to Barcelona. It's been a fantastic first season for him. And he hears a chant from Barcelona fans singing the anthem towards him.
89th minute, Cuenca will probably push out to the wing, and Iniesta will drop back alongside Thiago. Nice play, Adriano, but no, couldn't keep it in play. Quickly taken Contrao. And again, Ray, the first half hour, that ferocious pressure from Real Madrid, but it's not possible to keep it up for 90 minutes. Those are under pressure from the newcomer. Altintop.
Good harassing by Cuenca straight into the slipstream of this frenetic game. Good run by Cristiano.
Contrao for Ronaldo, and Puyol just soars above him. Busquets back to Abidal.
Busquets giving Carlos Puyol heart palpitations there.
90th minute. Some of the injuries, some of the altercations. There could be 4 minutes added. But is it enough for Reial? More likely Barca to get a third. Here's Cuenca. Just appears on the other side of the trio of defenders. Thiago back for Cuenca. Adriano keeps it in play. Back for Alves, in for Messi. Messi shows it to Callejon and then takes it away. Adriano back for the Argentine. And out it goes. 3 minutes it says on the board. Collision, play on, says Muniz Fernandez. Launched long, and Ronaldo.
The questions that will be asked by Real Madrid fans will be, how do we not adjust better to these adverse situations? The players seem to be there. They certainly seem to have a tremendous coach, as we all know, one of the greatest in the world in Jose Mourinho. But consistently, they cannot find the answer. What does X mean?
Oh, Iniesta, well, scythed down behind by Alonso. And Messi having a few messages.
No, it's a foul, all right. Comes through the player in order to get the ball.
Messi and Coentrao getting into it.
Again.
Well, there is some bitter blood.
Barcelona fans serenading Mourinho by the sounds of it. And again, always to the referee, who I don't believe has had too much wrong here tonight. In fact, you could argue that he's been lenient on 1 or 2 situations that perhaps he shouldn't have been.
Messi trying to dance through the flashing blades, stripped away, and Alonso fell asleep. Adriano offended by Carvalho. Messi taken down, play on. Near side Cuenca, back to his right. Volleyed by Iniesta, but wide. Advantage played. And I have a feeling Barcelona is going to want to prove something in a week's time.
Well, we'll only need to point at the scoreboard here tonight, but if you think this was rough and tumble, wait until next week at Camp Nou, because they'll come locked and loaded again.
Final seconds ticking away. Granero, Alonso. All Madrid needs is one. In some ways, a bit surprised they took Pepe out with his aerial ability. Ronaldo trying to get around Abidal, but can't. Abidal with the game winner at this moment. Cuenca just offside. One last chance for Madrid. As you take a look, arguably Carvalho keeping him on again. Headed down from Busquets.
Real Madrid fans are going to be hoping that Di Maria is going to be an addition back into the whites, because, man alive, do they miss that Argentina man. They missed them again tonight, and they missed a lot of players in the second half. As dangerous as they were, they couldn't claw it back, and you hang around with Barcelona and they'll draw blood. The inspirational captain Carlos Puyol drew them back up off the canvas, and then of course the genius emerged with that wonderful assist for, of all people, match winner Eric Abidal.
The first half hour, again, a different tale, but somehow Barcelona frustrating Madrid's stars to the point they don't play like Madrid's stars. Gobbled up by the universe that is the Blaugrana, and on the 41st birthday of Pep Guardiola, it took a while to unwrap the present, but it's a 2-1 lead heading back to the Camp Nou in the Copa del Rey quarters.